government website, they're addressing the fact that part of the policy is to remain professional, and Damon didn't do that. In 2013, following a similar incident with an uncooperative individual in custody, TPD revised its policy of handling of uncooperative prisoners, adding in specific language to advise officers that dragging an individual who is uncooperative is never an appropriate practice, and instead, the correct procedure would be to request assistance from the booking staff.
Walk to my car.
Why you saying that for pulling me? So go on and drag me, because that's what you're doing anyway.
If you ain't walking, just walk to my car.
How you gonna tell me that, but you pulling me, as you said, and then you say...
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your social media, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody that watches this video. You guys know I have the goal 10,000 subs by the end of the year. Please help your boy do that by smashing that like button, sharing the video out, watching the video all the way through to the end, and picking a link to hit at the end of the video. But whatever you do, don't drag your feet on doing it, because then you might mess around and end up being like this donut gobbler right here. This incident took place in Florida, and what ended up happening was this police officer violated policy. Now, if you listen to the narrative that the population at large likes to say, the population at large basically likes to say you need to follow the laws, but the laws that govern the police, which are the policies, for some reason, they don't have to follow those laws. Now, we all know that there's undertones in what's being said there, but just to make sure that we're all on the same page, leave in the comment section what they mean by that when they say it. And let's check out this dash cam footage.
Yeah, that's what you gonna have to do. That's what you did at the ports.
A Tampa police officer is fired after dragging a woman across the ground following her arrest. Body cam and security footage show the disturbing incident unfold.
Stand up. Stand up.
Now, you want to know what I find fascinating? When it comes to the population, they like to use the statistic 13% of the population commits 55% of the crime. Here's a statistic that hasn't been calculated that I'm curious about. When it comes to the police department, what percentage of police officers commits the majority of hate crimes against particular races? Does anybody have the statistics count on that? Does that happen disproportionately? Is there any disproportional violators? Let me know what you guys think.
You want me back? You can't pick my bitch. That's what the officer was just.
Stand up, come on.
It happened on November 17th when Officer Gregory Damon responded to a call for a woman sleeping outside the Tampa Family Health Center.
Well, it happened on November 17th, which would have been last year. So I guess because there's no elections going on, Democrat media, for whatever reason, didn't feel the need to tell their most loyal voter base about what the government-funded police are doing to their most loyal voter base. Don't you find that fascinating? So as you guys watch my channel and you archive stuff, make sure that you guys pay attention to each and every one of these incidents that takes place. And then when the Democrats say that we have to vote for them so that they can protect us, we have to show them this and say, well, where was the protection? And remember, the Democrats are the party that's all about big government. So when it comes to a party that's all about big government, that party is never going to defund an area of the government. Now, would they?
Caller said the woman refused to leave.
Come on, walk to my car. Walk to my car.
Why you saying that but pulling me? So go on and drag me, because that's what you're doing
If you
anyway.
ain't walking, just walk to my
How you
car.
gonna tell me that, but you pulling me as you said it didn't say you?
Officer Gregory Damon arrested the woman for trespassing and took her to Orient Road Jail. Upon arrival, she refused to get out of the squad car.
Out the car.
When the I got the right to get out the car, when I had a right to get in the car.
Miss Marshall, get out the car. Come on.
Body camera video shows Damon arguing with a woman, saying he will drag her out of the car.
That might be one of the most crazy but logical but crazy responses that I ever heard. How you gonna tell me get out the car when you told me I had the right to get in the car? Did you notice how the police officer was stumped? I'm sorry, but that was hilarious. Continue.
Listen,
Miss Marshall, I'm gonna drag you out of this car.
I already know.
I don't want to drag you out, but I need you to come get out the car.
I want you to do what you did off the porch of the doctor's office.
The woman can be heard urging the officer to drag her.
Come on.
Drag me.
Come on.
I want you to drag me.
Come on.
But when she still refuses to get up, Damon drags the woman across the ground.
By your
Stand up.
You want me back? You can't pick my big can. That's what the officer was jealous
Stand
of.
up. Come on.
He couldn't pick my big up. He was jealous of my big. You want me in this position, don't you? I'm a calm boy. You ain't hurting me at all. CPV, Central Park Projects, Tom.
The Tampa
You can't make this up. Like, there's so much to unpack in here.
Police Department says the woman was not injured in the situation, but that Officer Damon was in violation of multiple department policies. Reporting for Law and Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a look, all right? Because apparently this went down in the Tampa area, okay, of Florida. You know, all of the most interesting things always go down in Florida, all right? And the government office here ended up putting out a press release, all right? And what it says on the press release here is that that officer that we just saw on the screen who dragged that woman across the parking lot there, or the garage, whatever it happened to be, was terminated due to policy violations made during the arrest. Now, here's my question, right? During that policy violation, was an assault done? Was bodily harm done? Were there any other laws that were broken? And if other laws were broken, my question is, if the woman was getting arrested for violating a law, then the law broken concurrently with the policy violation, why is the only punishment for this officer that he's being terminated and not given the same treatment as that woman that he arrested who allegedly broke the law? That's the question. Now, this was posted on 12/27 of 2022. And my question for everybody is, did you hear about this story? Let me know in the comments section if you did or if you didn't. On Tuesday, December 27th of 2022, the Tampa Police Department terminated an officer after an internal investigation determined that he had violated multiple departmental policies while booking an inmate into the Orient Road Jail. Gregory Damon was employed with the department as a patrol officer since August of 2016. An investigation conducted by the TPD Professional Standards Bureau determined that Damon was in violation of departmental policies related to searching, transporting, and booking of prisoners, courtesy to the public reporting response to the resistance, treatment of persons in custody, and standard of conduct. During the investigation, Damon was found to have additionally violated policies related to body-worn camera, response to resistance, and incompetence. So this guy violated multiple policies, okay? On November 17th of 2022, TPD was also called to the Tampa Family Health Center located on 4620 22nd Street for a reported individual sleeping outside the property and refusing to leave despite the request made by employees. So to me, Tampa Family Health Center. This to me, it sounds like either a homeless shelter or it could have possibly been something like a nursing home. And what I'm thinking is that this lady here probably got kicked out or probably got evicted or probably got pink slipped or given a 30-day notice and they put her out because situations like that occur. Officers arrived to find an adult female who was previously providing a warning for trespassing on the same property on October 19th of 2022. She was arrested for trespass after warning and transported to jail by Damon. All right. And I find it fascinating that they use the definition here, adult female. Last time I checked, adult female is a woman. Shout out to Ketanji Brown Jackson. Okay, so now here it says, upon arrival at the Orient Road jail, the individual refused to exit the patrol vehicle and walk into central booking, instead yelling at the officer, "I want you to drag me." Damon took the individual by the arm, dragging her from the vehicle to the entrance of the jail, where he then buzzed the door entrance, prompting two deputies to come outside and assist with raising the individual from the ground and beginning the jail intake process. The individual was uninjured during the incident. Throughout the incident, the female repeatedly used vulgar and obscene language. Rather than remaining professional, Damon himself made rude and derogatory comments to the arrestee. So now, as you can see here on this government website, they're addressing the fact that part of the policy is to remain professional, and Damon didn't do that. In 2013, following a similar incident with an uncooperative individual in custody, TPD revised its policy of handling of uncooperative prisoners, adding in specific language to advise officers that dragging an individual who is uncooperative is never an appropriate practice, and instead, the correct procedure would be to request assistance from the booking staff. Now, here's the question to shut this down, and this is one of the reasons why you won't see this on the media, and you definitely won't see Tucker Carlson or Laura Ingraham talking about that. Did Damon follow the rules? No, he didn't. Detention deputies must assist an officer with lifting the individual from the transport vehicle and securing them in a restraining chair to be rolled into the intake area, none of which happened, as we just saw on the video. Damon failed to follow established procedures during the incident on November 17th. TPD was made aware of Damon's actions through supervisors at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, which operates the county detention facility. So now this is interesting. The Sheriff's Department is the one who actually turned him in. The TPD Professional Standards Bureau immediately opened an investigation into the incident on November 18th. Damon was immediately removed of his duties pending the outcome of the investigation. Okay. Upon review of the surveillance video and body-worn camera video related to the incident, an interview with Damon, which led to no clear reasoning for why a violation of procedure would have been justified, the decision was made to terminate Damon, and he was advised of the decision on December 27th. All right. Professionalism is not only expected, it is demanded. In every encounter, our officers have with the public, regardless of the arrestee being uncooperative or unpleasant in return. Now, what needs to happen about this is Ron DeSantis needs to actually address this. All right. And the reason why Ron DeSantis won't address this is because Ron DeSantis is one of those politicians of the belief that the police are still supposed to uphold their old slave catcher duties and treat one segment of the population differently than they treat the other segment of the population. And also, Ron DeSantis is a practitioner of the Manhattan Institute think tanks and policy suggestions. So he's one of those people that basically is just like the average Fox News viewer who will say, if you do anything wrong at all, the police can use Judge Dredd instant retribution on you at that moment without you getting your court rights. Okay, because we've heard that argument multiple times on mainstream media outlets as if it's logical. Okay, so now here it says, as law enforcement officers, we are held to a higher standard because of the public trust that is supposed to be instilled in the officers, which I don't believe people who are in my sector of the public should trust the police at all. The actions of one individual should not tarnish the work of nearly 1,000 police officers protecting and serving our city, who on any given day encounter people who choose to be uncooperative during arresting and the booking process. Now that's interesting, right? Because by this logic, one individual should not tarnish the work of nearly 1,000 officers. I find it fascinating how the majority of black people aren't criminals, but for some reason, anytime there's a criminal that pops up and is displayed on mainstream media, or one person does something stupid, when it comes to the United States, in their response to that, it's all of us did it. So if the police want to be held to this standard of individualism and each individual investigated, not the department as a whole, I don't understand why they justify looking at us like that. But if this police office had done something miraculous, like saved somebody from a bomb attack, they would want us to address the fine, appropriate, and professionalism and efficiency of the intervening police office. So as usual, it's taking both sides of an argument and cream-coated double standards at each turn. Okay, so now here it says, this former actions were unacceptable and are not tolerated at this department, which is why we acted swiftly in initiating an internal investigation, relieving him of his duty, and ultimately terminating his employment, and not pursuing legal recourse. So they didn't type that in, but that's also something that didn't happen. Okay, so my question for everybody watching this video is, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that this was the right decision? Do you think that the officer was, punished appropriately? Do you think that the punishment was nothing more than a slap on the wrist? Or are you one of those people that says, well, she asked him to drag him and he did, and that should just be good enough? This is the reason why the good police officers are quitting the forces all over the United States. Let me know which kind of person you are, and let me know what your opinion is in the comments section. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out. Help me reach my goal of 10K subs by the end of the year by subscribing and telling a friend, and I will see you again. Peace.